All right, here alongside Tony Alagna, who's got himself a pretty busy Saturday this evening with 10 starters in to go. Tony, we're going to touch on about half of them this evening. We're going to start off in race number one, Local Honey, coming off a couple of pretty solid qualifiers. How do you think she's going to fare in tonight, and what do you think of those qualifiers?
Yeah, she's come back really good. Last year she was a little immature. She kind of got on a pretty good roll down in Cumberland there in Kentucky. She won the Kentucky Sire Stakes final, 2 legs down there, and she's come back well. You know, it's tough to go into the second leg, your first start, but, you know, the way she qualified, we think she's ready for it, so we'll give her a shot.
In race number 8, you have another trotting filly, Glamorous Hanover. Made a miscue in her first qualifier, came back to a second one on May 10th, and was a pretty good effort. How do you think she's going to fare going into tonight?
I think this filly's really come back really well as well. She brushed a knee in that that qualifier when she made a break. We made an adjustment to her, changed her shoes, took her flip-flops off. She come back. She was supposed to qualify the second week. She ran a temperature, so we had to wait one more week, and she was really good the other day in her qualifier. So, you know, she's a quality filly, and if she's on her game, she can go with about anybody.
Race number 9, you have a trio of really talented pacing colts. We're going to start off first with Remember the Alamo. Got picked off late by Captain Albano. And what are your thoughts about his qualifiers, and what do you think about him tonight?
Yeah, I thought the horse was very, very good, you know, for coming into that race and Albano picking him up, him doing all the work. I thought he was very good. You know, he was the same thing. He was a quality colt last year that showed glimpses of being a top colt. And, you know, we wanted to race him in the Governor's Cup last year, and he just wasn't quite right, so we shut him down, and then he's paying us back for it. He's come back. He looks like really looks super, so.
Captain Luke, the Governor's Cup winner late in his 2-year-old campaign. I thought the last qualifier maybe not as good as the first one. Was there any maybe reason in particular to that? And how do you think he's going to fare tonight?
Yeah, you know, the first qualifier he was lights out, and then we come back and we had the weather got really hot and humid, and we trained him and he tied up that day, and we took care of that. But I think that between the tying up and, you know, drew the outside on a muddy day, and Scott just kind of rode him around there because we weren't sure how good he would be off of the tying up. I don't think that he was 100% on his game, but he sharpened right back up. He seems like his old self. So, you know, we need to get a race in him, and, you know, kudos to Scott Warren because he got all 3 of these colts raced, and, you know, we all have hopes that all 3 of these colts can be North American Cup horses. So to be able to get them all raced tonight is a really big help.
Now, the Dragon Reborn, a really impressive career debut for this guy. First and foremost, Tony, can you maybe touch on why he didn't race at 2 years old, and what do you think his ceiling can be this season?
You know, this horse, I told everybody he's as good as anything I have last year, you know, and he was a really impressive trainer, which a lot of times you don't get that with the Bettor's Delight. You know, they kind of go through the motions, but this colt really showed a lot of potential last year. I mean, he could go with Captain Luke, anything, Bettor's Nice, anything in the barn. But he had, you know, he went through the 2-year-old condylar disease where, you know, a lot of times their condyles on the 2-year-old colts or fillies won't set up, and he was going through that, and we just couldn't get him over it. And, you know, I called Brad Grant and the partners, Robbie Pride and Caviar, and I said, I think we got a really nice colt here, but we're going to have to do the right thing and just shut him down. We sent him off for a nuclear scan, and it backed up what I thought he had, and we put him away, and he's come back and shown everybody that, you know, he is the type of horse I thought he was.
Thanks a lot, Tony, and best of luck tonight.
Appreciate it.